from a trip to
Back
the across the pond.
across the pond.
Uh, I expect you to be speaking with an accent today.
Well, yeah, nope. I wish I could. That'd be so fun.
I think you should have a wand or something after going to Hogwarts.
I know. I almost did, but
I know it has another name, but I just probably will always call it Hogwarts because I never
yeah,
can think of that other name. It's like somebody's thing or something.
yeah, yeah. I call it Harry Potter school.
Yeah,
So
I have a
same
wand.
thing. You have a wand. See.
Psh, yep, psh, it's a Libra wand. Okay.
Yay.
Well, hello, peeps. What's everybody doing?
How
How are
you?
you doing?
Yeah. How is everyone?
I'm not fooling. We're really going to do readings today. It's not an April Fool. Just I'm an April Fool.
Isn't he the cutest April Fool ever? Hello.
Just put my fool hat on, and
Very creative.
it's April 1st. So there you go.
Very
Um,
creative.
my lips, when I woke up, they were just really red. I don't know what's going on with those, but anyway. And my doggies are here for
Aw.
the show as usual. So I'm starring some questions.
Yeah.
So if anybody has one, go ahead and put it in. While I'm waiting for you guys to put some more questions in there, I see a lot of people that I don't always see. Love you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us today. Very, very appreciative. Don't forget to
Oh,
subscribe to our channels.
my desk is all messy for everyone.
Give us a little lift up. Um, so while we're waiting for you, I got a few questions, 3, but if there's any more, I'm going to wait here for those. But while we're waiting, we're going to read on a couple of other like things we wanted to read on that are sort of like more related to nature rather than animals specifically, although, to be part of it. So there's a couple of things that I was like watching this week on YouTube in the spare time.
Going down some rabbit holes.
Yeah. And some of you probably seen them, but there's been these weird noises that are just coming from who knows where. They sound kind of metallic, or a lot of people call them trumpets, like trumpets blowing, and they can't tell where they're coming from, like if they're coming from the sky or who knows where. Um, and they're all over the place. Like it'll be like in a subdivision or something, and you'll just see people with their video camera, their telephones recording it, going, does anybody know what this is and what is it? And it's really loud, like super loud, and it'll just go kind of like a siren, but it sounds more like horns, and then it'll stop and then it'll just go again. Anyway, it's happening all over the place. I'm wondering about that. And kind of at the same time, both these things have been happening for about a year. There's been these big metal monoliths that just appear apparently out of nowhere in kind of remote areas. And they're big, tall monoliths made of metal, like shiny mirror like metal. And there's never any footprints or tire tracks or anything around them. They just look like they just dropped from space. And those are also happening all over the place. So I'm wondering, is it some kind of weird hoax or what is it? So what would our question be?
Okay. Well, first of all, we have some questions that came in
Yeah.
while you were explaining what
Love always
on
wins.
first. But Cindy, I just want you to know that yeah, we connect into your fur family.
Yeah. Today is Animal Day, but animal and nature. We do whatever,
We do
both.
and nature reading. So yes, so
Yeah.
your question is perfect.
Yeah.
And we receive messages from your fur babies for you, whether they are here on this plane or in the other world. So if you want to click on
Okay, wait. I didn't see. I see you asking that, but did you put your question in?
Janie,
Okay.
Janie
Oh,
did.
there it is.
Mhm.
About Kiki.
And then Yvonne.
And then there's a Maine Coon question. And I can already see we won't get to all these questions, but I'm going to star them and we're going to do our best.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Did I get everybody? Okay. I got yours already, Sharon, the first time. All righty. So I'll just quickly tell you who I starred in case you might wonder if I missed you while we're reading on this. Jennifer. I don't want to say Jennifer, but I think it's Jennifer. Got your question. Lisa Keller. Love Peace. Susan. Love Always Wins. Sharon Donnelly. Yvonne Costello. Deo. Cindy Asheville. Janie T. and Yvonne B. Lots of people I haven't read for before. I don't think the two of us have read for on this show anyway. Okay. So I'm wondering, like, let's just say, what is that?
Yeah, what's going on? Can they give us any information?
Do you want to put them together or do we want to do them separately?
I think separate because it's separate.
Okay, let's do the sounds first.
Sounds first, okay.
Yeah. And there's that biblical thing that trumpets from the heavens will sound, which,
Definitely going to have to throw cards on that.
Yeah. They're both weird, both things. And there's lots of people taping them and stuff.
It's interesting what I'm hearing with these sounds. They're making me feel like the sounds have always kind of been there, but we haven't been aware. So our consciousness hasn't been there.
Yeah.
It's almost like they were showing me, way back in the day when ships were coming to shore, and those who lived in the Americas at the time, they couldn't see them coming to shore because they didn't have a perception of something moving on the ocean like that. So even though they were there, they couldn't see them because their perception was not open to that. And it's making me feel as though our perceptions are starting to open to these sounds that kind of always have been there, but we haven't heard them because our consciousness hasn't been open to that. But
now I heard, when I first was looking, I heard that this has happened before. This isn't the first time, but I got a long time ago, not like kind of.
Okay.
So when you're talking, that makes me think they came into our hearing, but like we were able to hear them a long time ago. So I don't think it's brand new is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
It's sort of what you're saying too.
That our consciousness is awakening. We're becoming more conscious. We're becoming more aware. We're going to start seeing more things in the sky because we're more aware. We're going to start hearing more things like that because our perception is now open to that where it wasn't before.
Mm-hmm. I almost feel
we're being promoted, yeah. I
kind of feel like it comes from the earth. Oh, go ahead, sweetie. I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Well, I got the Chariot.
Okay.
So, and you're feeling like it's coming from the earth, like someone else is doing it down here?
No, like in the earth, like it's a sound the earth is making almost or something. At first, I kept going back and forth between space and earth, but I'm wondering if it's an earth noise that it feels like magnetic or poles or something like that, but because it almost sounds like a scraping noise. Anyway, I pulled some cards and I just pulled worlds. I think it's all over the place. And it's like a worldwide
global
phenomenon. Then I got this target, but this target makes me think it emanates from the earth. It almost looks like it comes up like
oh yeah, like the middle thing.
or and it expands out. And for some reason, we're hearing it now. I think it heralds like something surprising, like it's I feel like this sound comes before something else happens. And it's about, feels like it's about earth changes, but I'm kind of getting it's sort of a natural thing. I mean, that it's not really, I don't think it's fake. I think it's announcing something about the future. It's weird. I got this future card, and then right after it, I got the past card, which
oh, I see.
So we're almost, because I was getting that this has happened before, and humans have heard it before, like, but I think it was a long time ago, like a long time ago. But so I think it's coming again, but it does sort of herald something. I don't know. That's my feeling. Are you picking up anything else?
Well, I do think it's just part of our shift is what I'm hearing too. And Karen here is saying, like that leveling up feel to it. And our vibration changing. It's just all part of that. I didn't hear anything in London, Janie, but I did feel the presence of our star family. I felt the presence of them. Strong.
Yeah.
Stronger than I do here, which is crazy because I live on Shannon. You'd think I'd really feel them here. I do feel them every once in a while, but I really felt the presence of extraterrestrial friends and family.
Yeah, and maybe this is just a natural sound that the earth makes, but we just haven't
heard it.
Because we're not in that vibration or something.
Yeah. Now since our vibrations are shifting up, we're hearing it now.
I know, and I always think back to the big thing that Spirit's been telling me for a long time, bringing stuff to the surface. That we haven't seen or known or been aware of before.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Mark.
And so that makes me think it's one of those things. They're kind of unexplainable. Well, do you want to pull a couple quick cards on the weird monoliths?
Okay, monoliths. We are moving on to the monoliths.
I mean, I just don't want to take too much time because there's 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
These are readings I want to do, so that a little. Yeah, we're going to read a little bit on the eclipse too, Karen. So then we're actually going to get to your personal.
Yeah. Okay. So I do feel, and it could be, I don't know why they keep showing me humans next to these monoliths. So I'm wondering if it's more of a human thing.
Somebody doing it.
Yeah. Every time I look in to kind of watch what they're going to show me, they just keep showing me humans next to it.
Well, that's probably a good sign about that, then. It's awfully, it's a lot. It kind of reminds me, though, of when we got the idea that crop circles were all being created by people. And that's not true.
It's not true. So I'm wondering
if it's both.
Yes, there you go.
Because I do feel like there could be somebody trying to, like they heard about it and they thought, well, I'll do it. I don't know about that.
Everybody's talking about your meditation for Easter Sunday.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you watched it. I know I got all emotional during that meditation. I thought I was going to have to stop and weep in the middle. No problem. Well, I'm just going to show two weird cards. Yeah, I'm not convinced that somebody isn't trying to mess with or make it seem like it's not real. But I got the unicorn.
Okay.
I decided to use weird decks today for these readings, which makes me think it's a unique and unusual thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the door. So I wonder if it's like if it marks a portal or something like
Oh,
that.
interesting. Ooh, I like that.
And maybe again, like that same thing, they've been there, but we're just now able to see them or something.
Oh,
That seems
interesting.
weird.
Yeah, that we are able to see them now, and they've always been there.
Yeah. Because they're
Ooh.
in weird places. Like,
Yeah, you can't just get to them. They're like in the
yeah.
hard to get to spots.
Yeah. There was one like in the Grand Canyon or
Like
something.
you can't drive there. And to pack those things in, you'd definitely be seen. Yeah.
They're big and heavy too. So I mean, how do you get, I guess I don't know, fakers are fakers, but I don't think it's all fake. It's something about it. Both of these things seem to be signs of the new times or new.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're signs. They're like, I feel like there's going to be more of that kind of thing.
I do too. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I know, because I was in that rabbit hole and I'm going, okay, I got to figure out what is this. And then I thought it would be fun if we do it together, so we get two perspectives. So April 8th, which is, I guess, next Monday, is it? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Is the day of the eclipse, solar eclipse.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It goes right. It goes through a little corner of Kentucky, but mostly above it. But I think we'll probably notice it here. It lasts about 4 minutes or so.
Yeah, pretty long
But
time.
yeah, that you're in darkness. If it's right over you, you're supposed to go to total darkness. Now, I know you probably know already that about a year ago, it went the other direction. So it's kind of going the same direction, but opposite. So it's making this big X across the United States
Okay.
that I don't think is like ever happened. It's very weird.
Ooh.
And anyway, I saw a bunch of things about the date, about where it's crossing, and all these weird things. But anyway, I just wonder if we want to read on it. What is that going to do? Is it going to do anything? Are we going to notice it? I wonder if the animals notice it. So why don't we ask if the animals notice it, or if it affects them first, and then maybe if it does anything to us. Unless you can think of a better question.
No, I like that question, and
okay.
I'm. They're making me feel like they're already feeling it.
Yeah, me too. Well, they've been aware of this whole thing, I think.
Mm-hmm. They're already feeling it.
In a way,
they understand the energy exchange with it, and they're already. It's almost like they already understand. Yeah. Okay. Well, is what a I feel how wonderful that we get to see this and experience it.
Yeah.
I feel like someone brought up Jesus. I feel the last time this happened where it was
Right.
in full darkness, uh, was right up. They described the sun going completely dark after Jesus
Right.
died on the cross.
Yeah, that's why they're bringing, because that's the
Oh,
channeling I did was Jesus
oh, okay.
yesterday. So,
Oh, okay.
because it was Easter Sunday, and all of a sudden he wanted to come through.
Again, an offering of new life. It really, we talk about um, the upgrading and stuff like what Karen was talking about, and that type of thing. This, I feel like this is really, a beautiful symbol of transformation,
Mm-hmm.
coming into the light,
Yep.
releasing whatever in the shadows and stepping into the light, higher vibration, the whole thing. I get very lightheaded with it as well, with this
Very
energy.
what?
I'm getting really lightheaded with this.
Okay, lightheaded. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, boy, they keep saying this same word over and over to me, and this again with this, like the word herald.
Oh, Harold.
It like heralding this new age change. I don't know. It's like the heavens participating in this vibrational change in the earth, and it's almost like it's helping. It's actually helping. This is
Mhm.
it's kind of on purpose. Um, I feel like the animals. I got this picture in my brain at the same time that I got this card. Where's the card? Oh yeah, it looks like the animals almost stop and bow, not really bow literally, but
Oh,
stop
look
and
at that. Mm-hmm.
like kind of ooh and watch it. They stop moving. It's like we they honor it or something like that. So they are aware of it, but it's energetic. They also are aware that it's about the earth. It's about changes. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to say, they stop and look, and they see this vibration, and I love that because I think it's also signaling that there's new movement. I got this is the Knight of
Okay.
Swords, but it's
Mhm.
an upgrade of movement. It's going faster all of a sudden, and what's going faster? This big new vibration of love, Ace
Mhm.
of Cups. Um, but that's what it's ushering in. Now, as that comes in, energy that's anti that won't like it so much, I don't think.
Right. It won't fit.
No, and I think it might feel like getting bit in the ass or something a little bit about it. I feel like if you're willfully resisting, it ain't going to be that great for you. And because I feel like it's going to just even more push stuff to the surface for you that you probably don't want to the surface,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a thing. I don't know. So when I'm sort of getting the animals and the people, it's all kind of coming over. So in a way, humans, it affects us that way. If you're in, I don't think you'll notice it much. You might energetically notice it. What did you get? The Ace of Pentacles?
The Ace of Pentacles, which is again offering new abundance of.
Yeah.
So I, the family here, we should all just kind of embrace this. That you got the Ace of Cups, this
Yeah.
Ace of Pentacles. Embrace that. Um, go with the flow.
It's like a gift, really.
It's a gift. This is a gift for us of
And
new.
I think if you don't live in fear and everything, it's just going to feel nice. You might get a boost, even, as
Mm-hmm.
far as I know.
I think so.
Kind of, you're on I always call it the love train,
Dan likes your outfit.
Oh, thank you. So that was fun. Thanks, Debbie, for doing that with me. Did you want to say anything else about the eclipse?
Um, let's. Well, we'll be together in the morning.
Oh, yeah, because we'll be reading that today.
Will we be on before it comes on, or?
I think it's in the afternoon. Does anybody know the time of it? It's during the day, of course. I, I think it's afternoon, but I'm going to have to look it up.
Well, let's consciously just kind of connect in together and hold hands in our mind's eye during the family.
Yeah, but I was planning on reading that day. I don't know. Maybe it'll boost our readings. Who knows?
That would be nice.
And plus, also seeing that the energy for that, builds. It isn't really just a single.
No, it's not in the moment. I mean, literally, we'll be in the energy.
Right, up to the point. Yeah. Okay, let's get to some of these mini
All right, let's do it.
beautiful animal questions. So when I read your name, if you're still here, please say hello. And if not, we'll go to another question. And then whenever you say hello, we'll go back to you. So first is Jennifer. I think is what we're trying to say there. I'm not sure. So are you there? Jennifer, are you here? And then after that,
Sparky.
I'm going to go to Susan Lilja. I'm going to kind of start with some of you guys I haven't read for before.
Jennifer's here.
And jump around.
Remembers the rules. If you put a question in, you have to stay. We're not here very long.
Yeah.
All right.
So, hello all. Hi, sweetie. Would love to hear from my dog Sparky. Oh, little Sparky. We sadly had to put him down 3 months ago. The Sparky. I think you had a little more to that. Oh no, I did it twice. He was 11. Okay, great. Little Sparky. So let me see about Sparky.
Okay. Sparky. Hi, Sparky. Jennifer, he really, he's making me aware that he really helped someone in your family with anxiety, like maybe someone has a little anxiety or gets anxious, and he really assisted in that, helped with that anxiety with that family member. When he passed, there was a broken heart. He's showing like it also obviously, but I mean he's aware of that people were sad when he passed.
Right.
He also one of the first things he did when he came in was lick me on the face. As they often do. I get lots of kisses, but this one, Sparky, he did that. Trying to get some more clarify that you can identify it's really him. Let's see. But you can go, Mark, if you want.
Okay, hon.
Check in.
Well, he's talking a little bit about.
Oh, she said yes. My anxiety and broke my heart. Very okay. He's a lover, a chihuahua.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a little chihuahua named Sparky. Well, he's talking to me a little bit about crossing over, and that he gives me this Joker card. Things are never as they seem, because I think he's talking about it's like it looks like I died, but I didn't really. I kept on going, and my soul's purpose is still a thing. I'm still on my path. Like that didn't end. In a way, my life isn't over. I'm still moving forward. I'm still following my path, even though I'm on the other side. So
I think you're, and I just have to pop in here. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Mike, because he's just saying that he continues to work with you and your energy. That inner his job with you is not done, and he continues from the other world to work with you here, with your energy, bringing that love and moderation. Uh, and I think, okay, go ahead, Mark. I just, you were,
No, it's great.
this was, it kept saying, it was showing me that. So,
Yeah, I agree with you because while you're saying that, I see and hear you,
mm-hmm.
empathy, and also the guidance card where he's still assisting. He's sort of acted like a service dog in a way
And
with
he's
you.
telling you to continue to surrender that anxiety, surrender, let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
Him taking
So
it.
he's still there in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you have another dog at home too, Jennifer?
He said, yes, he's for sure around. He's still very much around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes it though, because that's what he's saying. I didn't have to stop. My purpose didn't end with me transitioning. I just, because I get to just keep going. I'm trying so much. Been blah lately, no one another. Yeah, you don't have another dog. Okay.
Oh, understandable, Jen. It's
Yeah.
so hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Your heart broke.
No, I was just wondering if there was another one there at the house already, like if you had more than one. So he's definitely not done with you. You know, this is his vision, to still being your companion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd put that request into the universe if I were you about I love him a lot and I wouldn't mind even to have him again in a different form. Just to put that out there. Because he's just up there kind of wondering what the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know, the fact that he says my purpose isn't done, I'm still working on it, makes me think he's not quite done with you. So whether or not he's going to work with you, continue like as a little guardian angel, or if he's thinking about returning, I'm not sure, but think about that and see what you come up with. You know, what resonates with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, sweetie, for your question. Thank you, Sparky, for being here.
Yay, Sparky.
Little
Happy
Sparky.
New Year, Jennifer. Sorry. So
Go
hard.
put your little Sparky. So then I said I was going to go to Susan next. And then I'll do Love Always Wins. So keep an ear open.
Yay. Jennifer, she says, also good to hear. I love hearing that. Yes,
Oh,
Mike, you've said before. I believe it. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Good. All right. Hi, Susan.
I thought I read on Sparky before. I knew I read on a Sparky, but I didn't know if it was that one. Okay.
I
Anyway.
think we've read on several Sparkies.
Yeah. Sparky, I know that name. So, Susan, are you here? Lilja. I don't know. I'm probably not saying that right. And so then let's, because I want to try to get him in as many as I can. Love Always Wins. Are you here? Sharon Donnelly. One of you guys say hello. So we can try to get to as many as possible. Love
Love all
Always Wins is here. Good. Thank you, sweetie. So we're going to switch over to you.
and we're not erasing y'all. So if
No.
you're here and just didn't click as fast, that's okay. We'll come back to the question.
Yeah. If I announced you and you say I'm here, you'll go after this. But we're just
Keeping it going. Keeping it
go
going.
as many as we can because we can never get to everybody. I'm so glad to make this. I'm so glad you did too. I have a dog, Shannon, 7 years old, and still has an abscess that will not heal on her hip. Been a year seeing a dermatologist, had surgery, and many doses of antibiotics. Okay. So Shannon, little 7-year-old Shannon. was having a little problem with her.
So I think, and Sharon Donnelly's here as well. So I think, Mark, if you guys can do some healing.
Do you think so? Because that was the first thing he said for me to do, you little smarty pants.
And also, yeah, if you could go into past life with Shannon. I feel like there's a connection there to past life, something
Oh, really?
kind of holding on to, and that's new to me. So Pam would know if that resonates or not.
Look, I just got a brand new deck of past life cards.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't even used them ever, but I just got them.
Okay.
I thought I might use them today for some weird reason. Then you asked that. So anyway, so before I leave and look at those, and I'll ask Pan if he knows anything.
Okay, let's do
Shannon, I'm just going to do some work there. So it's on her
hip.
Is it on her leg? Oh, hip. Okay, her hip. It's a little, he says, well, we're putting too much focus on it, for one thing.
Okay.
Almost, it's a little bit of worry focus that doesn't help. So it kind of makes a mountain out of a molehill in some ways. I'm not trying to say it's anybody's fault or anything. He's just saying, try to keep a positive focus in your mind, like seeing it clear up, because it doesn't have to stay. He acts like it can clear up. So he's energetically working with it. He's going to use my hands, because if I was there, it's what he'd do it like that. So he's putting energy on it, like using my right hand as if it were his. And then he's also pulling energy out with the left hand. So it's kind of doing double, in and pulling out, in and pulling out. Sometimes what can happen is you can begin to identify with something quite a bit, and then it just hangs around because you kind of are used to it, or you're thinking, like on Shannon's part, I'm known for the abscess kind of a thing. I know that sounds weird, but so it's a little too much focus on it. Okay.
I got that. There's a little identifying.
Yeah. You don't have to have that. That's not who you are, sweetie pie. I'm telling her. She goes, oh, yeah, that's just the thing. That's a passing thing. We're going to go ahead and clear that up and move on beyond that. Is it dry or is it wet? I feel like it's dry, but I'm wondering. She likes it, and I see her looking at us.
I'm also seeing. I did get a clip of a past life injury to the hip, and this would be in the early 1900s, actually, where the cars were just new. So between around 1911, 1910 to 20 type of car. And I see her getting hit. And I also see her in that moment just kind of being left behind. So like there was no assistance there. And so it was pretty traumatic for her in that moment. So I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
That vision, but that's what I was being shown. I don't know if Pan can heal her there as well, or
right, because she might bring that through as just a past life memory to sort of.
And again, this is new for me, guys. I've not seen this before when we've been on the show before, so this is interesting to me. That seems to happen to us a lot, Mark. I don't know.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I love reading with you so much, because spirit kind of messes with us a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
almost like too in this past life thing. I wouldn't say you were super wealthy. It feels like you, like in those days, it wasn't a vets weren't really a thing,
Right. No, it wouldn't.
or
She was I think the dog was away from her, away from one.
right. So you didn't really spend money on dogs in those days. It wasn't a thing. So in this days, it's kind of like you're doing all these things you weren't able to do back then. Not that you could have saved her. I don't think you could have. But there was sort of a regret of feeling like I didn't do enough. Um, yeah, because I'm doing these past life cards. I think you were poor, and
Most of
kind
us were back then.
yeah. Um, but like the dog meant a lot to you. It was like a buddy, a friend. You really loved her, but you just didn't have like I don't know. It's like sometimes you could either feed the dog or feed yourself, kind of a thing. And I'm just going by these cards that I've never used before in my life because I get finances and food and hunger right together.
Oh,
So I just feel like, and it's talking about that time where I feel like you were sometimes felt a little more like a victim of circumstance, whereas this time it feels like you have you're more empowered. You can kind of take more care of a dog than you were able to then, in a way. And nobody really took care of their dog, and so it wasn't like you weren't doing. You just wanted to be able to,
yeah.
because you were a little more attuned. Hmm. So, having said all that, Shannon it's Shannon, right? Yeah, Shannon. We don't need to replay that. Appreciate it, and you're kind of letting her know that we've been together before, and remember we had this kind of a thing going on, but we
Right.
don't need to recreate that.
No, and it's like you get to help her this time, and it looks like you are. You rescued her, and at 3 years old, and she had a traumatic beginning here this time, and you got to rescue her again, and
Right.
this time, yeah. So
And I think this is going to heal up too.
I'm getting the chills on this. I really feel like this is going to break through some things. So, um, literally, if you can kind of visualize yourself in another time with her during this time, and just hugging her and releasing her then, and being with her, and then now being with her. I don't know. It's there's something about that connection,
Yeah.
that karmic connection, to be able to redo.
Yeah.
So,
And um, you got that surrender card too, didn't you? That surrender with the little puppy on its back. Um, Back off a little bit with the doctors, the antibiotics, all that. I would just take a break from that. Try to give her body a chance to sort of rebalance with her own immune system, because that was the first thing Pam was saying was a little bit too much attention to it. So we just back off for a bit, because I feel like the energy work is probably the best thing for it in this case, as opposed to like antibiotics, which normally I might say just the opposite. But in this case, he's saying let's just back off, let her be, and let this healing just take place on its own. Also, talking to her and saying she can let this go. You don't need to keep that. You can connect in so many other ways. And with a good hip, you don't need to bring that forward anymore. You got
exactly. She wants you to release any guilt from that past life
yeah,
that you carry too, right? So
right.
release that. Have faith. Have faith.
That was then. This is now. Yep.
And there's going to be a breakthrough on this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Step into gratitude. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Love it.
Beautiful.
That was the perfect ending to that reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel pretty positive about it. And he did do energy work with her. That was a definite, like, I wasn't surprised Debbie said that because that was the first thing he said in my head. Oh, we'll do some energy work on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you, Love Always Wins, for offering a.
And somebody else said hello, right? Sharon, was it?
Hi, Sharon.
Let's see. Did Sharon Donnelly come in and say hello?
Yeah. So we have
And Love Always Wins also.
the one Susan came in. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Susan. Oh, the first one we read. Okay,
Yeah.
Susan. Gotcha. Yeah, I know, because so many things have come in now and I lost all of them. Okay. So, Susan, we'll go back to you, sweetie. I want to ask about Simon's health and needs and how to help Monty and Simon get along.
Are these kitties?
Yeah, that's my first question. First, I was going to say dogs, but now I feel like it's cats. But let us know.
Whenever someone asks about animals getting along, I always go straight to cats.
Because they are so persnickety.
They're a little bit more.
Sharon, I'll go to you next. And then love, peace.
Hopefully. We've already been. We try to get through these fast, you guys. It doesn't always.
Yeah. So Simon's health and how, see if we can get him to get along better with Monty.
Okay.
Are you still here, Susan? You might not. I don't know.
I think she's a little bit behind.
Yeah.
So in the chat, so we can just kind of get started. But when you do hear this, Susan, let us know.
Okay, love, peace. I'm sorry, sweetie. Next time I'll hit you up first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good idea. All right. So
I do think they're going to end up getting along. Better. I need some more time.
what's going on here? It's almost like a vying for position or something.
Yeah.
I would have a family meeting. You know me.
Yep. That's always a good suggestion.
Just sit down, talk to them. Both important. Both. I do feel they are going to let it go. There's going to be moving on from this behavior.
Yeah.
And time is shifting. But I think it's important to, there is going to be a turning point in this. It's not going to be for a forever thing. I don't see that.
Yep. I don't either.
But let them know they both have specific, beautiful jobs, whatever that job is. And they're both of high importance. You can have two kings in the house.
Right.
Okay.
You love them both equally. You appreciate both of their spirits and what they do and don't do. You like their individuality. They're great. You love them. You want them both there because you like both of their energies.
Mm-hmm.
But first, what's that one you got?
This is Fortune. Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Wands. So that is positive movement forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
So have that meeting because that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah. And the first card I pulled when we just started with them is the Comfort. Take it and give it, but it's got two little kitties snuggling up together.
Oh.
So that's kind of what I see coming in the future. Yeah. They need a little bit more time, but it's going to get there. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Hope that helped. Didn't see you here, but we hope you find that. All right. So Sharon Donnelly.
Yes.
Ian, my dog, is spending a great deal of time in my lap. Is he feeling okay, and or what's going on with him? Thanks in advance. Okay, Sharon. I feel like I already know what this is, but we'll see.
Hmm. All right, Ian.
Ian, what a cute name for him, little Ian. Ian the doggy.
Interesting, because Ian's pointing his paw at you, Sharon. This is more about you than it is him. But also, he's feeling something too. But he first pointed the paw at you, and then he's also, there's something also he's feeling, but you're feeling it more, or you're going through something more. Okay.
I feel like he just feels encouraged to help ground and balance you more than normal, even.
Okay.
And I think it's to do with, this is getting old, but I think it's to do with the energy we're going through.
Okay.
And he sees you need a little bit more balancing. He feels it too. So you help to balance him, he helps to balance you. It's like a back and forth thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she has some health issues too, right? So it is about balance, healing. That's the thing about it. And he's sort of doubled up on or doing it more
Mm-hmm.
uh, because energetically, it just feels better to be close, to be right with you, kind of a thing.
Yeah. He's definitely being the magic wand for you. You have the magician and the sun. He's doing that work for you, and that's why he was pointing his paw at you.
Yeah.
He's also saying that you're having some health issues, but he's also pointing out there's some. He's making me aware also of maybe some melancholy feel to it as well. But anyways, there's going to be a breakthrough through coming. This is what he's working on. He's bringing that Ace of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. So there is some positive. He's being very protective over you also, and there's some positive movement forward.
Yeah, it feels a little like hunkering down a little bit. And I have to say, I have 6 animals, and they're all doing that, where they're just much more wanting to be touchy feely in my lap, on my, just really like sticking to me. They've always liked me and always have been around me, but this is different. It's amplified a little bit up. And I can tell you, I'll sit down and all 6 will be sitting right around me, which is not normal for the
Okay.
whole cats and dogs, big mixture.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very, like they'll go meditative. So I think it has to do with that. And on some level, this is what this little doggy's doing. But he always um, works as a healer with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like he says, I sit with you a lot of times, but this is a little bit more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's about the different frequency or whatever that we're going through. So
Yeah, he's okay. So Sharon says maybe his stomach. He's not making me aware of his stomach, but he is making me aware of kind of like when you just need that extra cuddle, just like what you were just describing. Everybody just wants to be together. That whole like needing that extra togetherness. He's making me aware of that, but he's not making me aware of his stomach.
yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Because when I saw that before, I like me thought, do you have a bellyache? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
There might be a little, in general, all of us, in a way, maybe not everybody, but the animals do. There's a little sense of not knowing what's coming next, and there's a little bit of suspend, waiting for the shoe to drop or something like that. There's a little bit of anxiousness or not quite sure, being on your toes, kind of a thing, being ready. I feel like in a way, or what is that when you're
Uh,
preparing to pounce or something like that?
yeah,
You're,
yeah.
I don't know,
Hyper awareness or
something like that, but just being on guard a little bit. But I don't mean it to be sound like there's something scary. It's more like anticipation of what's next coming. Now, I don't mean that to be a bad thing. It's this energetic thing, and it keeps shifting and coming. And even with the eclipse moving closer, there's just this sort of anticipation energy. Yeah, 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 yeah.
well, blessings to you, Sharon, and thank you for all that you do as a Reiki master and Jinshin Zitsu practitioner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you guys let me know if your pets are acting like that a little bit too.
Well, it's hard to tell because Luna's always on my lap, like
Yeah,
one of our laps, like
yeah.
24/7. So it's hard to say if there's any
If
difference.
it's different or not, I know.
But
The
so
difference I noticed is because they're all very tactile, but that the six want to be.
right, all together.
That's how I've noticed it more. Is that why all of a sudden are we a cluster? And like if I get up from the living room and walk to the kitchen, at least 5 of them go with me. Where I'm going, what? You could just wait. I'll be right. I don't know. It's very funny. I've just been noticing it quite a bit.
So we are at time actually, but let's take one more.
Okay. Do you want? Would you pick it?
Okay.
Because I don't want to be responsible.
I don't want to be responsible.
There's so many to choose from, guys. It comes so hard.
I know it is hard.
I can't even read them. I just have to kind of pick randomly because I don't want to feel like I'm being favoritism or anything. And there's a lot of people we haven't read for before, so I'm really happy all you guys are here and come back again.
Well,
see, it's hard to pick.
Okay, so I feel like just kind of go in order. That
Okay.
might be easier. So we'll, I guess, go with Cindy, and she's new to us as well. So
Okay.
Cindy,
Where? Asheville.
Yeah, in Asheville.
So that's that one. Hi, Cindy. You still here? I think I saw you not too long ago. Let me switch over.
What is that?
Looks for me, and thanks, Ian.
Yeah, Cindy's here. What's that sound?
It's my phone ringing. It's the cell phone in the other room.
Okay.
I'd love to know how my dog Kiki's doing. Does she understand why I did what I did?
Kiki must be on the other side. Other world.
Kiki, Kiki, Kiki.
Oh, Kiki comes in like all that. She feels like the most beautiful dog in the world. You must have told her she was pretty, pretty, pretty all the time because she comes in just all that.
Yeah, I didn't get. Yeah, Debbie, I didn't feel like she had passed. I was wondering. I was just going to ask.
Oh no, she's here. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, understand what you did.
Yeah.
What did you do? Anyway, she feels very pretty. She's coming in.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm all pretty. What else?
She's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, she's all that. So I'm not sure what you did.
Yeah.
She's not even talking about that.
I know. Hold on.
She's just showing off herself, her goods, and she's loving life. Did she go on a journey here?
Yeah. Well, she doesn't. I don't think she completely understands what happened, but she's looking to understand it. She pays close attention. She's very smart.
Oh,
she does listen to you. So if you talk to her, that will help.
She brought her back to her ex. So you gave her back to the ex?
Yeah.
So because she shows me in a car on a journey.
Okay,
Not
so
really.
she went. She had to leave you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's not completely. She's a little confused. Um, so talk to her, to explain it to her, just out loud. Just talk to her, like Debbie says. Have a meeting.
Have a family meeting.
Um,
She will, I get a sense that she will adjust. Of course, she misses you. There is that. Uh, I think that it, she's making me aware that you spent time with her explaining already that that um, you love her, the whole thing. But she does miss you.
yeah,
Um, she misses, she says us, like the us feel, you and her.
exactly. Yeah, she's not quite. I don't know that she understands why you two are separate. She don't really want to trade one for the other. She likes it better, like the three of you together, which okay, that's a lot like a child would feel. Um, so I think this is a funny card here that comes up. You might not think it's that hysterical, but resistance. What we resist persists. But see, she's kind of that little toy in between the two dogs pulling. So she feels a little bit like the one in the middle getting pulled back and forth. Now, not that you're intentionally doing that, but she does feel that way. And so this energy is different. So she's not quite sure why the energy changed to this from this one. See, this one is the two dogs with the happy shoe in the middle. And then that one, they're pulling and fighting. This was like a playful, the three of us had a good energy, and now it's kind of switched to sort of an antagonistic energy. So she's a little bit confused about that. Like, why do I have to go with one? Like, I feel like when you took her in the moment, she was expecting just to go right back with you, kind of a thing.
She will, I do feel though that she will move into
Eventually.
understanding and acceptance of the new situation. It's going to be okay. She's grateful for the time that you had together with her, but it's gonna be a moment. There was love. That always is. That's normal with love,
Yeah.
and just like your heart, her heart, right?
Right.
And so, but so she's so grateful for you, and she will move into that acceptance period. She will come to accept it. Um, but so just continue to pray for her and send her that love through the energy field. She'll feel you. I'm sorry
Well,
you had to do that. It's so hard, Cindy.
I just still feel like she's a little confused. So I would talk to her, tell if you talk to your partner, somebody needs to explain it just a little bit more. She's ready to listen. So I get this cute little listening card.
It's been 9 months.
Yeah. And paying close attention. So you want to make sure she don't feel like it was her fault. She feels a little bit like, did I do something? It reminds me a lot of like a child in a divorce kind of a thing,
Mm-hmm.
energy. It's not that different. So this little shame card, I wonder if it was my fault. So you want to let her know it isn't. Everything's okay. This was the better choice for all of us. You didn't do anything wrong. And we decided that you would have a better time at this location with your doggy brother and stuff like that. And that will be more harmonious. So there's just a little disharmony. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think there needs to be a little more communication with her. So she kind of got in her head that maybe she did something, that she was a bad dog. And I think no. So I would tell her that she's not. She didn't have anything to do with it.
Yep.
And this was a good decision that the two of you made. And it was for your best. It was the best decision. And you want her to support you in that new decision.
Mm-hmm.
She will. She's just a little bit confused. Yeah.
I'm giving you a big hug, Cindy. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, on both of you, but it will
Get better.
Mhm.
You're on the
Oh,
road to
there it is.
on the road to the sunshine. That was just on the bottom of that deck
There
when I
you
picked it
go.
up.
It was brutal. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that was horrible. I'm sorry, sweetie.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it's 1:11 here, so
Yeah.
blessings,
And
blessings to everyone.
we still have like 13 questions. So,
Right? Yeah.
there's no way. Sorry, guys. But I really loved reading everything we read on. And I know I was a little selfish there at the beginning, but I was just so curious about that. And I wanted, and while I have Debbie, I like to read with her so I can get like a second, opinion. So I was selfishly wanted to read on those questions, but enjoyed reading on all of your all's questions as I always do. And come back next time if we missed you this time. We'll hit you
Sharon,
up.
we're Sharon Slipe. Thank you for being here, Gina. Thank you for both
Yes.
of you for your moderating and all the other moderators
Yeah.
as well.
We
And
really wouldn't be able to do it without you, of course, helping us. And Gina was across the pond. I should have had her go see you.
oh,
She
yeah,
lives in
I was just there.
England.
Hmm.
Oh, good. You're welcome, Susan. I'm glad you saw the reading. Okay. I know you'd also asked about the health, but I wasn't getting a lot on that about your doggy. Anyway, all right, guys. Love you so much. Happy April Fool's Day. Have a little fun, a little laugh, a little joke. It's always room for that. And we'll see you again. Next time we'll be on Debbie's channel. And we can't wait to see you then. Bye, guys. I love you all very much.
Love you guys.